But even in the depths of despair, only two things matter to me. The taste of blood-soaked flesh, and revenge upon one man.
Make no mistake, this is one of the best Tales of games, and serves as a return to form for a series that took a hit with its predecessor. While it's disappointing to see its basic gameplay formula left mostly untouched, its story is the shining star this time round. By foregoing its usual conventions of having a group of happy-go-lucky protagonists save the world, Namco Tales Studio have flipped the script, telling a darker story. With that, we are treated to one of the best stories ever told in a modern JRPG to date. Tales of Berseria's greatest triumph is in its ability to tell a different kind of story. We are introduced to Velvet Khoi, the first solo heroine in the series' history, and her story is truly a tragic one. We see Velvet, an innocent 16-year-old girl taking care of her sick little brother, transform into a monster consumed with revenge. We see the dark side of humanity as we are carried through this 45-hour long story by Velvet and her ragtag crew. Velvet at countless points will do anything to complete her revenge, and we see this with her acknowledging that her actions will negatively impact the world. Velvet doesn't act for the greater good, she acts for herself and her vengeance. The supporting cast is exceptional this time round, each having a personal tale that lends itself to the dark tale. We have the enraged pirate Aizen in search of his captain, the detached Magilu tossing out tactless jokes, and the demonic Rokuro with a goal of defeating his older brother to the death.
Unarmed? Hardly. These are deadly weapons.
Huh. What'll it take to make you go all out?
Hooray! You asked! I'm thrilled to introduce to you the wise sorceress who travels the 11 seas, who scoffs at the might of dragons! None other than the acclaimed, the illustrious Majigigi Kambilu Dindo Dino Larundu! Magilu for short.
Magilu?
No, Ma, like soggy shoe or doggy do, or call me any of those things and I'll turn you into a froggy stew! I suppose you'll never understand. People can be so tragically unlearned. But hey, like I care!
Gameplay is left mostly unchanged, with it still being the real-time combat system that the series is known for. One key difference this time round is the break soul mechanic, which serves as a trigger move unique to each character. An example of this is with Velvet having a move which puts her in an awakened state that allows her to keep fighting without being pushed back. This helps give combat much more variety, since timing when and how to use these moves can change the flow of battle in your favor. Unfortunately, like every Tales game, padding is still an issue here in this installment. Maps are big and walking in them seems like an eternity, especially with backtracking very prevalent here. Thankfully, halfway through your adventure, you're given a geoboard, which serves as a hoverboard to make traversal a lot more quicker, but it must be earned in each area to keep it balanced. Graphics and sound design is also great here. Whilst not the greatest soundtrack, it serves its purpose this time round thanks to series composer Motoi Sakuraba. On the graphical side of things, managing to run at a smooth 60 frames per second gives the game that needed polish and excels over its previous entries. Unfortunately, this has caused a drawback with the game, exhibiting noticeable draw distance problems and pop-in. Voice acting is stellar, with options for both English and Japanese voice work. Both casts were exceptional, and with amazing voice work from Christina V, brings Velvet's tragic story to life.
Fine. I don't care what the world thinks of me. What matters is my vengeance against Artorias. That's all.
Content is in abundance in this Tales of title, with lots of activities to keep yourself busy. Sending out a scout ship to gather loot, fun mini-games like serving food to tables, and unlockable treasure chests with cute adorable cats in them handing out costumes. There is a lot to see and do here if you need a little break from the story. Seeing a story from the wrong side of history is interesting and compelling. While the unfortunate padding of its environments leaves a little sour point, it doesn't detract enough to make the game any less essential to a JRPG fan. Tales of Berseria is a dark tale you do not want to miss, and BestMatesGamingNetwork.com gives Tales of Berseria a 9 out of 10. For the full review, check out BestMatesGamingNetwork.com.